Hello and welcome back to my crochet channel. If you're new around here, my name is Patricia and I am the creator behind Pops the Milk Crochet. In this video, I am sharing some of the projects that I have been working on so far in January and February. And I know I haven't been posting very much lately. I've actually kind of taken a step back from posting so much on social media and just all the things that are going on in the world right now that just, they're kind of bumming me out. And I just want to crochet for fun and not have that pressure of having to film it and document everything and go through the whole process of putting together a pattern and a tutorial. And there's a lot of work involved in that. Plus, everyday life and work. So, yeah, kind of taking a step back to just crochet for fun. And so I want to share some of the projects that I have been working on. So I have 3 finished projects so far this year. And the first one is this little bag that I made. This one was pretty fun to make and I enjoyed putting it together. It's very simple. There's no zipper or liner in it and just a very simple bag strap attached to it. And it's super cute. It makes me happy. It makes me smile. And this is just the kind of project that I need in this time where I just want to make something cute and I guess whimsical and not necessarily functional, but it'll look cute. This year I have decided to learn how to do Tunisian crochet, and this was my first project. This is the Penthouse throw pillow cover. The design is by Tony Lipsy from TL Yarn Crafts. And yes, I did deviate from the pattern, but I do have a vlog on this if you haven't seen it, where I just go through my struggles of learning a new crochet technique. This was a fun project and I did learn quite a bit, so check out the vlog to see how I did and watch me struggle and fumble through learning how to learn this new technique that resulted in a very functional and fun looking pillow. This next project is also by Tony Lipsy on TL Yarn Crafts. This is not Tunisian crochet. This is the Jessie Chunky basket. I did put out a blog post on this. I'm already using it, as you can see. Sneak peek to the next couple of projects I'm going to show you. But this was also a pretty fun project. And I do want to make this basket again. The yarn that I used is this was a yarn that I did not actually intentionally purchase. It was delivered to me by mistake and it just sat for a very long time unused. And then I thought this needs to be used. And this seemed like a really good project to use it for because of its just keeping its shape and being sturdy. So I'm happy with how this turned out. Definitely want to make this again. And as you can see, I am already using it. So the next couple of projects I've got, this is a stack of rectangles and squares. This is actually my, I guess, instead of a temperature blanket, this is going to be a blanket of books that I have listened to. So I don't know if you have been keeping up with my books I usually share books that I finish on my Instagram stories. But last year I listened to probably over 50 books, I think. So I thought this year, instead of a temperature blanket, I thought, why not use my books as inspiration? So I've got the book genre and I've got the number of hours, the duration of the book in hours. And then I assigned each of the genres a stitch and also a color combo. So for example, for the fantasy genre, I've got this color combo and I'm using the shell stitch. And this one's a very long book. This one was Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson, which was about 50 plus hours long. So I've got a whole Google Sheets with formulas in it to calculate how many inches it should be. So basically it's going to be 4 inches across for all of them, but then the duration of the book is going to determine how long the rectangle is going to be. So this is one for fantasy, and I've got a whole bunch more for fantasy because I apparently enjoy fantasy. I've got some in romance, and this is just literary fiction, and a couple in nonfiction. And I really need to start listening to some other genres because otherwise, this is going to be full of romance, fiction, and fantasy, which isn't a bad thing, but I do like to have some diversity in the books that I listen to. The next project that I have been working on off and on is this tank top. I started this last summer, and I kind of regret starting it with a black crochet thread. I'm sure I know it's going to look good when it's done. It's just that it's black. It's black thread, so it can be a little challenging to see. Although it's not so bad because it is knit, so I can actually see the stitches on the needles. So that's good, and the needles are light colored, so I can see the stitches. But it is also just crochet thread, and it is knitting, which is not something that I am as experienced with. So it is taking me a while. But hopefully, I don't know, maybe by next summer it'll be done. Who knows? Knitting is one of those crafts that I enjoy doing, and sometimes I'm able to work things up fairly quickly, and sometimes it takes a while. But I'm going to keep working on this, even though it is taking a while, and this is the smallest, lightest weight thread or yarn that I've ever knitted with. I'm going to stick to it. I'm sure it's going to look really beautiful when it's done. So that is the motivation that is keeping me going with this project, is that I know that it's going to look great. At least, now that I say that, I have made things in the past where I thought this is going to look great. And then because I did not do a gauge swatch, which I did not do with this, and if you've seen other of my monthly vlogs in the past, this is the second iteration of this tank top. The first attempt was with a heavier weight thread and yarn. I was actually using sock weight yarn, I think, which was not the right one. And then I switched to this lighter weight. So technically, I did do a gauge swatch in that sense. Yeah, let's just hope that this actually turns out well. All right, the last project that I've got to share with you is one that I've also been working on for several months. This is my Demon Slayer Tanjiro inspired bag. It is not finished, as you can see, but it's almost there. The liner turned out so well. I have been documenting this one, so eventually there will be a video for this bag. But this was a challenge for me. One of my, I guess, goals for this year, if you saw my video from January, is I do want to get into more sewing projects. So this involves sewing, yay! But not only that, it involves sewing in a zipper, which usually I do by hand, but in this case, I used my sewing machine to challenge myself. So that was a win for me. But so far, I'm super excited to finish this bag. I think it's going to look amazing, and I cannot wait to share it with you. All right, that is it for me. I hope you found some inspiration in some of these projects that I'm working on. I'd love to know which ones you are most excited about. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of crochet content. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.